Videos on Sunday, but I have to get this one out really quick. First things first, let me get my music turned on here. My bass is way too high. Alright, so there's a couple of things that I am going to discuss in this video. Let me get this window shut so we got thunderstorm going up. The window has a problem shutting. For some reason it's like a little bit problem with shutting. Why is that? There we go. Thing sticks. Alright. Get that shut. There we go. Air cleaner got shut down. Way too much noise. Alright, so basically there is serious changes coming, more serious changes coming. As I said before, you mentioned who I am. My name is Kenneth Berg. My company is Black Series Edition LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screens. Speaking of the gunmetal, that's going to be removed. I'm going to remove that because, again, gunmetal was there for the time being. And right now, as we're going to start moving closer and closer to testing our products on TVs, because that's where we're going to be heading for. It's basically developing technology that can compete for the TV. We don't feel the need to be doing screen paints anymore. We are still going to keep our dedicated black cinemax. It's not going anywhere. We're just not developing anything new. There's no point in developing anything new because we have pretty much done all that already. I'm going to go pop out of here real quick. I'm going to go over to, actually I want to listen to something else. I want to listen to this. I'm going to my countryside. That's where to be at. But there's no point in making any other screen paint. We literally did everything you could possibly think of with a screen paint. Oh, this is beautiful. We've done everything we possibly could with a screen paint. There's nothing really, anything else we could possibly think of. Oh, I like this one right here. I'm taking this one. Where's this one at? I'll pause this one. I'm taking this one. I like this scenery setup. Alright, let me go over here. As I said before, we've done everything you could possibly think of when it comes to outdoor setups. Let me go grab something real quick. I'm going to use for this. Alright, had to shut windows. It's raining really hard outside, and Taco's area got wet. Alright, so yeah, got some really serious decisions to make. We're getting ready to push forward on the Element 77, and I am going to be next couple of weeks heading into the new year. I got paperwork to go through. I got patents and copyrights and trademarks and all that stuff. We're going to be building a new company. So under the TV projection screen technology, we are definitely going to be engineering a new company. It's going to be an information page. It's not going to be sold on this information page because I told you before, with the partnership that we will be signing, someone will be taking over that particular part, the selling, advertising, marketing. They will be taking care of that. On my end, mine will be research, manufacturing, and development. So I don't have to worry about ever selling a product ever again or marketing a product, because they're going to be taking care of that half of that particular part of the product. So the website I'll be building will be strictly for information. The Black Series site is not going anywhere because, again, this is a site that we're using for an information page. There's a ton of information page on the products. So we're not going to remove it. It's not going to go anywhere. But the marketplaces will actually, once we get everything set in stone and they're on full force of selling and marketing the product, the marketplace will basically eventually disappear because, again, we won't need it. They'll still be doing the selling for the product. With the Gunmetal Crystal Edge, at the end of the month, that website marketplace will be gone. I'm removing it. It's no point. As I told you before, we've done just about everything you could possibly think of when it comes to screen paint products. We have done certified screens. We have done different forms of calibers of projectors. Why we have so many demonstrations, because we have done so many tests. And I have done everything from digital and crystal screen paints to the first beginning of gray paints, all the way up until gunmetal technology with the D4K, D5K, D6K, and we've done black technology. We've been around with black technology for 8 years back. Invisible technology, just about everything, floors, ceilings, all kinds of stuff we have done to back our products up 100% and to show the possibilities that we have in projection screen paints. Now, some people may feel at the end of the day that, you know, that there's, I don't know, they just, you have to have these tests done. I guess they don't feel that they have to follow the test. I don't know. It's not my problem at the end of the day, nor do I care. Let me see something, man. Oh, we're gonna pop up this. Let me bring this down a little bit because my microphones are way too high. There we go. Let me go into taking that out and getting to. No, we can't be here for that. We have to be out here for it. Certified projection screens. Now, if you've done enough research, and I mean enough research, you should be able to do this on your YouTube page. You should be able to pull up all your demonstrations under certified screens. These are ours. This is in my archives. This is the 9,000 video archives that we have here. These are all the tests that I have done on every kind of certified projection screen I can literally land my hands on. And we're talking about tests in fully lit environments, tests on ultra short throws, test demonstrations on short throw projectors, test demonstrations on 1,000 lumens projection, and just tons. You see that right there? Those are the tons and tons, I'm not saying tons, but you know what I'm talking about, of certified screens. I have tested every screen that Elite Screens had. DMP Supernova, the screen we got our hands on. We can get those off of Amazon. I forgot the name of that company. Anyway, these are all certified screens. We even have letters from Screen Innovation. We have had hit-heads with them back in 2015. Seymour AV. We have and our folders, we have NDAs where we were going to be developing technology for them. So I talk to these companies. I know these companies. They know us at the end of the day, and they know exactly who we are because they've seen dozens of our demonstrations. They did something that Diamond didn't do. They did contact, a couple of us contact us, but they left it at that. Diamond made the mistake of basically issuing the cease and desist order against me. That's where they made a mistake, because you showed me at the end of the day that you fear my technology, and all that did was basically just fuel me even harder or to develop technology to take out your products. But this is all certified demonstrations. So you have to have this within your archives. Ambient projection technology, extremely important. The no ambient projection technology, because this gives you knowledge on how a screen can function in a fully lit environment. I'm not talking about environments where you tone it and control it by your standards. I'm talking about actual physical well-lit environments. We have projection screens that we can paint to a ceiling, turn lights on, and watch a movie while the light is in the center of the screen. Now, by engineering your technology to be able to do this without cutting corners, that means you can walk into open environments like on site, and you can set up and produce an image just like you were at home, because your technology doesn't have to be in a room that's set to make the screen look somewhat good. That's why I said ambient projections will destroy your products. 600 by 800 res projectors, extremely important demonstration to do on those machines, because if you can make a 600 by 800 res, which is a very low quality projector, look extremely good, anything else is a freaking cakewalk. So this is all this knowledge that we just had down through time on doing tests on certifies, on doing tests on white screens and gray screens and everything else you could possibly think of. This is what put us on the next level, the next plateau of developing the next form of technology strictly to go after the TV industry, because we've done everything we could with the projection screen. That's with screen paints. That's why I did the demonstration when I showed you the glass. I showed you gray paints. It doesn't match that technology on no way whatsoever. We can do it next to a TV and it wouldn't even touch it. We've done it against black paints, black on black. That's another that's a very demonstration you have to complete. You have to complete this. You can't fake that. This will come back to bite you in the face if you do. So can they be on the level that we're going at for TVs? No, that's virtually impossible. How? This is a part I can't understand. And this is where we don't understand why people think this way. Where, and I used to develop gray screens, where in the world would a gray screen have the ability to compete with a TV? This monitor itself, how would it compete with it? This monitor can see 100% black, it can pull in fully lit environment. It's a TV. You can have the lights on, it's not going to affect this thing. So how would a screen paint that has to be in a controlled environment compete with the TV? And you still have to see the 100% contrast, which I don't know why they keep skipping that part. Everybody skips that part for some reason. They just skip it. Where in the world, how would you compete with it? You can't. It's virtually impossible, because you have to have black technology to do it. And even with black technology, you have to have a technology that can generate an extremely high amount of light to match a TV, which means your projector settings, all that stuff has to drop down to 0 to do it. Now, I've seen black screen paints. Yeah, there's a guy called I Paint Screens. There's a couple of them out there I've seen. There's no test demonstrations under the products. This is what makes black technology requires extreme testing, because there's a ton of stuff that could go wrong. Your white levels might not push up high enough. You could have problems with lower lumen projectors. You may not work with ultra short throw. I've seen people, we know who they are, who advertise a black technology. They can't operate on ultra short throws. That's a big problem. That's a major problem. If you can't get an ultra short throw, mind you, we're not talking about a long throw projector where you're going to have a distance throw thrown against you. You're definitely going to lose a huge amount of lumens trying to make it from A to B, depending on how far the projection screen is going to be back. 100 inches is about 11 to 12 feet. So imagine if you're doing 120 inch or 150 inch, how far you have to be back, how much light you're going to have in the environment. This is going to plague a screen that may have issues with a long throw. So what they'll do is they'll stick with an ultra short throw because the distance though is much shorter. They're going to be able to keep a lot of the lumens. They're going to produce a brighter and more sharper image because the projector is sitting right on top of the screen. If your screen paint doesn't work with these particular projectors, you're going to have a problem. Another reason why you have a problem because ultra short throws are the future in projectors. They're the future. And I worked on site. Literally, that's the only thing we could use when we're on site was ultra short throws. It was just such much convenient machine to use than using the long throws because we had people walking back and forth in front of the screens and they would produce shadows and you don't want people walking in front of a 4,000 lumen machine and they get blinded. Either way, you're still going to get hit with it. Ultra short throws, you can nest that thing right against the wall, paint it in, done. That's it. So an ultra short throw is a must to be used. So for what he put in for his applications and specifications, there's just so much stuff wrong with that. There's a lie throughout the entire thing. The range gain doesn't exist. If you're using rear projection, you definitely have to have ultra short throw because you can't have screens sitting 5 to 6 feet in the center of your living room. That's won't work, or a showplace. So that's not going to work. So didn't do proper testing. There's no information on rear projection. And rear projection is something called lamp elimination glare, which we tell you at the end of the day that when we watch demonstrations, usually they'll take the camera and they'll lean to the side because you don't see the lamp glare push off to the screen. How many layers does it take to eliminate this process? And in the process of dropping all these layers, because keep in mind, you're actually, if you're doing a darker technology, you're actually dimming the light every time you add an application. So as the application is going to be bright when the image pushes through. It's going to be to maintain a 190-degree viewing angle. What's the viewing angle diminish? How much would the viewing angle start to diminish depending on the environment that you're sitting in? If you're in a well-lit environment, are you going to lose more? If you're outside, you're going to leave it even more. It's just so many things involved in that. None of that information is in there. It's just front and rear. Oh, that's not enough information for me or anybody else that deals with that technology. So no, you can't basically use rear projection technology if you don't have that information to begin with. You need all that stuff. You have to take 5,000 projector system like 4 to 5 feet from a screen to see how much light can penetrate to the screen. It's just all kinds of stuff you have to do. And it has to be ultra short throw compatible. Certified screen test. There's more testing for certified screens. This is bringing up anything that has test attached to it because we've done tons of testing. There's another certified screen. That is the white levels. That's also, what screen was that right there? Oh, that's definitely elite screens. We know that from the sample sheets. See all the window display advertisements? This is why every house that I moved into was a blessing because it was an environment that we can use. I've never, ever, in any place I've ever moved in, darkened the environment to accommodate the screen. Never. You have to be to get a screen to do that, and there you're gonna have problems. Testing outside, we have actually we have the biggest library for outdoor testing. 60-inch screen for 60-inch projector. Sorry, speaking of ultra short throw, this is the reason why you have to be able to do an ultra short throw. Ultra short throw is extremely important. This is a 150-inch display on a projector. Oh no, sorry, 120-inch display on over 120. So I'm looking at my wall. My wall's way bigger than that. Over 120-inch display on a $60 projector. So this is the kind of stuff you have to have in your archives. These are all the certified screens tests we've been doing. So certified, even though it basically you do a certified sample, it tells the worth of your product. What is your product worth at the end of the day when you do certify? You got people out there who can easily spend $5,000-$6,000 for a screen. Can you convince them why your product is better? What makes your product better than a physical $6,000 projection screen? We can do that because we've done these tests. And I mean on tons and tons of these particular certified screens. On top of that, it gives me knowledge at the end of the day to know what I'm dealing with. So I can say anything I want as long as it's within guidelines of saying, hey, we can knock out a certified 100%. I can say that because I've done it already. You have to have that proof. A lot of testing. There's the lights on, lights off. Many different times I sat in front of a camera and says, and did lights out, lights on, color patterns, all that stuff. To work. Come out of here. So we've done everything you can think of. Look at this right here. All I gotta do is type in Sony 1000 lumen demonstrations. When somebody said, oh, you only work with 4,000, 5,000. Did you see my library and projectors? Like how many projectors I was owning when I was in that house? I owned like 30 different projectors I've owned in that house. So no, it wasn't typecasting the same projector over and over again. Sony VPL CS4. This is the 1000 lumen projectors. This is Old Faithful. All I had to do was type that into any search engine, and this is what will pop up. This is our test demonstrations at 1000 lumens. All screens have to go through this test. Not one, all of them. Every single one of them have to go through. That's Old Faithful. This is Old Faithful outside at 1000 lumens. On a black screen. I like doing the outside demonstrations because I found them more challenging. Inside was just too easy because we've done it to death. So I had to move outside. Happy that we moved into this environment because this gave me a huge deck outside. It gave me a huge massive area. Fantastic for utilizing for testing. So that is Miss Old Faithful. There she is right there on a 39. There she is right here again. This is all 1000 lumens right next to a window, a door, 1000 lumen demonstration. I get sick and tired of people doing demonstrations where they open up a door. There's no screen there. Keep in mind, physical light that comes from a door is not going to travel to your screen way over here. It's just not going to happen. See that screen way over here? There is no way in the world I'm going to open up this door and introduce this light to this environment over here. It has nothing to do with it. You physically, if you're going to be doing a screen and a door, you have to have a physical screen in the door. 720p, 1000 lumens. One of the things I don't see when I do these demonstrations, where are the contrast levels? Where are they? There's no contrast levels ever to be seen. Have to do contrast. It's very important. So like I said, skipping all these tests. This is the reason why the other screen paints have to stay in screen paint territory. Us, on the other hand, we've done everything. Here's a more 1000 lumen white level test. This is called a white level test. We have to do against the screen paints, showing the products working at 1000 lumens. See all these? All you would have to do is go into Google and type in a projector and boom, we pop it. That's why we beat the crap out of all their promos. Ultimate GT55, beat the crap out of that promo. Outside demonstration at 1000 lumens. Let me see. Let's go with ultra short throw demonstrations. Let's see. Ultra short throw. These are all demonstrations that we've done under ultra short throws versus I went out and bought certified ultra short throw projection screen sample suites from Elite Screens because they're the only ones that had the good ones. We bought it from them. Ultra short throw Optima GT 56. I have both 56 and 55s for testing. Sony. This is a Sony projector on a 100-inch motorized projection screen. Showing you why gray and white screens don't work at all. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your money. And that's an ultra short throw. They don't register on ultra short throws. Some get mad at it. It's the truth. It's an outdated product. They're outdated products from the door. You got there's the NEC. That's the NEC right there. That's my NEC setup. $60. No, I paid 180 for this one. I bought 5 of these units. I love them so much. Got 5 of them. This is how sharp the image comes up. How cool that looks. Extremely sharp, very beautiful. That is another ultra short, though, $60 projector. Sony projector outside, ultra short throw. So that's what I said, doing the same demonstration on an ultra short throw inside over and over and over again and again and again. That's a fail. And the reason why it's a fail, because it's a comfortable environment. The environment for the ultra short throw never changes. It always stays at the end of the day in its comfortable environment. If I'm using an ultra short throw, number one, I want a bigger size than what the ultra short throw can produce. And I also, too, I wanted to change the environment. I don't want to be stuck in the same environment every day. Let me see. Let me see. This is the $60 projector right there. It's another one. That's your $60 projector at a 150-inch screen display. The people were going out and they were buying the WeMax or Valve projectors because they do 150 inches. This is a $60 projector doing 150 inches easily for the environment. Let me see. That's an installment I did for a projector. Right there. Man, I'm getting up every single day, just covered in paint. Kind of miss that, being covered in paint all the time. This is an ultra short throw projector we did on site. This is on site at a business we used to be at, and we did an ultra short throw demonstration here, right there. That's why I said it's very important that you don't typecast stick screens in the same dark environment every single day, because again, if you have to be in an environment like this, your product is not going to work at all, period, and they're not going to change out the environment for your screen. Let's see, these are all ultra short throws. That's the NEC. That's another 60. These are all ultra short throws. So many ultra short throws, it's not even funny. Another on-site demonstration with an ultra short throw. This is another one on site. Like I said, how are people stuck in dark environments? Again, with ultra short throw projectors, and we can walk around environments like this and pull up with no problem whatsoever. Let's go over to ultra short throw for tabletop displays, showing you why gray and white screens do not work for tabletop setups. 3600 lumens, painted down to a table, and this is us using the technology for this right here. This is another reason why you can't use ultra short. You can't use ultra short throws are not designed for gray and white screens. They just don't work with them at all. Period. It's a waste of time. These are all our demonstrations on ultra short throws right here. Just shows you, people asked at the end of the day about our experience with ultra short throw setups. Yeah, our products are definitely ultra short throw compatible. There's nothing right there, ultra short throw. This is a screen we just painted in on site. Let's go to another one. These are all ultra short throws. What if I got the old NECs here? We got the old NECs, and it's way back. 120-inch ultra short throw. That's why I said when I get people talking about how you don't know ultra short throw. These are people who claim you don't know. You typecast. Some people typecast the exact same ultra short throw in the exact same environment environment, and it means they don't know anything. They don't know what they're doing. Definitely don't know what they're doing. If you're doing the same projector over and over again in the same environment. Oh wow, this is an NEC U300X demonstration. Yeah, this is unboxed is when I first got it. Check that out. That's when I just got it. There's a box right there. I opened it up. Right, I opened it up. That's an NEC U300X projector. Oh, I should buy another one of those. That projector was cheap too. This is gonna be nice on the glass. With the glass, we'd operate all this with no problem. That's my NEC U300X. I don't know how much that projector is anyway. NEC. I can buy them on eBay. It's on eBay. No, any on eBay. So I'm just showing you some of this stuff that, you know, all the testing we have done on with our technology. Like I said, we beyond anybody else. Come on, no, we don't need all that. Get that out of there. Oh, let's see if they have any of these on here. Oh, well, I wouldn't do this one. I'm not doing that one. I'm definitely not doing that one. This one I would buy. Because again, I don't do that whole Google picture thing. I don't do that because I don't know whether or not that projector is cracked or damaged. Can't tell. This is right here. This is the projector we use in the demonstration right here. That projector cost $79.95. That's what that projector costs right there. So that's pretty good. That's extremely good at 18 bucks. We can use these for testing on the glass technology. $99. So that's the same projector we have here in this demonstration right here. They're like under $100. I'm gonna grab me one of those. So that's a very affordable price. All right, so let's go back to the rest of our demonstrations on ultra short throws. These are all ultra short throw setups that we have in here. Are these back-to-back ultra short throws? Oh, yeah, these were back-to-back ultra short throws. Check the combo. Now, mind, this is all ultra short throws. Anything we use in ultra short throws, these are how many tests we have ultra short throws on micro mesh. Oh, yeah, I remember doing this one. This was a pretty cool one, too. We did all kinds of crazy demonstrations, all kinds of crazy tests. Micro mesh, I forgot all about this, about doing these demonstrations. Oh yeah, because the NEC had a stand to it too. It did have that ability. It did do tabletop, but it had a little wedge to it. That's the only problem. But that's my NEC projector. Man, it goes back to some cool stuff, man. Another ultra short throw display. I think this is an Optima GT55. Outdoor demonstration on ultra short throw. Another Optima GT50. It's not the 55, it's the 55 outside on this projector right here on our technology. That's why I said we've done ultra short throw compatible to death. All right there. So these are all the ultra short throw demonstrations we have done. Not the same projector in the same environment every single day. No, this is different changes. We have them in different sightings. We have them outside. We have them inside. Just about everything you could possibly name that we've done ultra short throw on. So you have to be to change up those ultra short throws. Let's go with the outside. These are outside demonstrations. Outside. Oh, we can do inflatable screens. We got tons. We did narrow it down. We could do inflatable screens for outside. How many outside demonstrations we have done? More outside demonstrations. Look at this one right here. So this is why we're going to the next level. We've done everything you could possibly think of for outside demonstrations, inside demonstrations, ambient light projection technology. Well, far more demonstrations than anybody else. Oh, it's right here. This is the other guy. You know what I'm talking about. We don't like to mention his name, but this is his product outside versus our black screen paint. Register 7. This is his product outside because again, I told you, gray screens don't work outside. They can't function outside. They have an extremely difficult time functioning inside. Outside, there's nowhere in the world gray screen's going to pull up. It doesn't have the capability. It's an outdated product. It can't do it. This is, yeah, that's the product outside. And that's how it reacted when we bought it. It can't pick up. Inflatable screens. More outside, these are all outside demonstrations, football games, all kinds of stuff. Oh man, I forgot about this one right here. This is showing people if you have a screen under the deck, how the image would pull up. Man, yeah, because our screens can pick up on the decks, no problem. So this is all, there's tons of testing you have to do. Let me go over here. I want to grab, let me see, inflatable projection screens. Let's go pull that up. Let me see. Gives you an idea of level and how many demonstrations we have done. And the reason why we're not making any more screen paints because we don't have to make any more screen paints. We have done enough research to basically step away from screen paints. Like I said, we're still going to be making the dedicated black cinemax. It's not going anywhere. We're just not going to make anything else. There's no point in making anything else. The next stage that we're going to is going to be beyond screen paints, way beyond screen paints. We're looking at doing something completely different. Oh yeah, this is one of the tests we did on inflatables right here. Outside, on front and rear. Yeah, it was a real interesting test. Well, I just gotta find it now. It's easier for me to find. These are all the inflatable screen demonstrations we've done on inflatable screens. Wow, it's nice to go back to your archives and look at your stuff, all the testing you've done. I'm gonna do, let me see. Let's see. Ambient light rejection. Well, this is a ton of demonstrations. We've done just about everything in ambient light rejection technology. It is not even funny on how much stuff we've done on ambient light rejection technology. Like I said, anything I want to go in my archives, ultra short throws, venue projectors, Pico projectors, ambient light rejection technology, anything from gray screen, silver screen, we've done everything. We've done. This is why the dedicated black cinemax is the last. I'm not making any more screen paint. We're going beyond that. The next stage is TV. There's no point in doing any demonstrations against certified screens. There's no point in doing any demonstrations against gray paints. Gray paints have been done. Let's put on gray screen paints. Watch this. Gray screen paints versus black. This is every demonstration we have done against a gray screen that tell you that they do not work, they do not function on any level whatsoever. We've had them outside, we've had them on motorized projection screens, we've had them everywhere. They do not pick up for anything at all, period. These are the tons of demonstrations. In the dark, they will not pick up. So this is how much experience I have in gray. Matter of fact, I have an archives, another archives that goes back farther than that, at 11 years back on gray technology. Before these individuals were ever making it, we were there first. This is all my testing on gray screens. Testing gray screens against certified. Matter of fact, I should be able to find that. Certified, we did a certified versus a gray screen, and it didn't even pass. And then for them to say that, oh, but you haven't done any certified. What certified have you done? Where are your tests? We can't dig anything up on you. You can dig up just about tons of testing on my technology. Where are your tests? That's why I go looking for y'all tests to see if you have anything. Y'all don't have any tests at all. We've tested your products. We even have a whole area in there about cancellations. We literally got tons of cancellations from them because they couldn't back the products up. You know why? Because they were fearing our tests. They don't test their stuff. And this is why they can't go to the next level. They can't go to the next level because, again, their stuff doesn't work. Look at this. These are all these videos. So much light in that environment. This is the kind of testing, these are the kind of environments their screens should be in, but they're not in these environments due to the fact that, again, they need ambient light controlled environments, and we study ambient light projection technology. Let's go back to, this is gray screens versus our black technology. Keep in mind, it's a pretty huge amount of testing. It goes on for quite a lot. Here we go. We got another demonstration outside showing you why gray screen stone versus a gray screen paint. They don't work outside at all, period. All this testing on it, they just don't work. You can't see color. They don't pick up anything. So that's our test right there. It's cold outside. I got the hoodie on. Let's go over here and these are our tests on gray products. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is another one we did right here. That was another good one. That's another demonstration outside. We did outside at 5 o'clock. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. They have done enough illustrations. Let's do dedicated theater room. Let's see if we did any testing for dedicated theater rooms. So we'll come back up in here in our archives. We'll take all this out, see if we have anything in here for dedicated theater rooms. Now I'm talking about when people say they do tests. I'm not talking about popping it with 1 or 2 videos. I told you, if you're doing these tests, you have to have at least 40, 50, 60 of these in your archives. You have to. This is on dedicated theater rooms. These are the dedicated theater rooms. This is one, right? This is a dedicated theater room I was actually building a dedicated theater room. That's my dedicated theater room I was building. This is when I tell you at the end of the day that gray and white screens do not work. Neither do certifies and dedicated theater rooms. I built one. I put one in the upstairs. I put one in the master bedroom, a dedicated theater room, to show you that they do not work. I'm building another one of these too. I'm gonna finish that project. I didn't finish it because I moved, but I'm definitely going to get the new house. I'm going to definitely put me in a customized dedicated theater room. I always wanted one, and I'm getting myself one. But that's a dedicated theater room that I built for myself. And right there in the center of the screen, that's gray screen paint. They don't work. Like I said, they don't function, don't work. You can't use them in dedicated theater rooms at all. We've had it. I built one, like I said, because I went to a forum site, and the guy in the forum site said, well, you know, you can't basically talk about this unless you have an actual dedicated theater room, so I put one in. And again, gray and white screens don't read, they won't pick up. This one dedicated theater room is set up right here. Let's go over to, let me see, dedicated theater room set up. Let's go into 3D mapping. 3D mapping. This is, oh, my life form. This is where I first got my life form. Right there. I'm glad I documented everything. This is 3D mapping applications. My goodness, I remember all this crazy stuff. This is developing crazy stuff. Man. Look at this, projector mapping applications. Ceiling projection screens. That's projector mapping. Let's do ceiling projection. These are all demonstrations for ceiling projection screens technology. I told you we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff. Compared to everybody else didn't do anything. We did all the demonstrations. Majority of demonstrations on screen paints. We did mostly all of them. Look at this right here. That's ceiling projection. Let's do rear projection screens. Projector screens. This is all the demonstrations on rear technology. That shows you how much testing that we have when it comes to rear projection technology, to the point that we got it out on a storefront window. Got a couple other places. Look at that, man. It's amazing how far we go back and how much testing we've done. This is the reason why I'm done with doing screen paints. I'm done. When I say we've done just about everything we've done knockoff projectors. I can type in 235.1, we've done those. Yeah, we've done so many rear projection screens, it's not even funny. Let's go over to wallpaper projection screens. This is the kind of stuff you have to be able to bring up. When you can bring up stuff in your archives like this, then that tells you at the end of the day that you've done a lot of work. This is wallpaper. So these are these really thin screens we developed to be able to be flexible. Oh my goodness, this is way back. This is 5 years ago. Testing screen paints to be weatherproof. Oh, I gotta look that up next. Sorry, is this video going overtime? Just about. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just caught up in all these demonstrations we're doing. That's the one I was going to the wallpaper demonstrations. Keep in mind, for those of you, if you get the wallpaper, again, it doesn't work on gray paint. So you know that from the door. We've done all these demonstrations already. Look at this, crazy. I'm going to tell you, I'm turn this down. I love going through my archives, all this stuff we've done. This is all the testing we've done on this technology. This is the wallpaper technology we're working on reverted screens. We get people that contact us to get information out of us. I don't mind giving you information, but just let you know, without that product right there, that screen does not work at all, period. And a gray and silver, whatever, don't work. They don't work. We've done silver screens. I can usually put silver screens up there too. We actually had silver screens we were developing. That's on a 720p 600 by 800 res ViewSonic. This is what I mean by you got to have multiple projectors. In all my demonstrations, we don't use the same projector. Multiple projectors. Look at that. Wallpaper technology. Ooh, curved screens. We can do curved screens. This is all from wallpaper technology right here. There's another one for wallpaper technology right there. Watch this. We can put in, let me see, gaming screen paint. We actually designed customized gaming screen paint. This is fantastic when we go in and we show people the level of products that we have developed down through time. This is gaming screen paint. These are all different versions of gaming screen paints that we have developed down through time. That right there was a screen made out of cardboard. I told you we made great screen paints. We made great screen paints back in the day. This is we made this screen out of cardboard. These were the shipping boxes that I had left over when we moved, and I turned that into a driving simulator. Always doing something different. Always thinking outside the box. Always. Let's go with gaming screens. Let's do fixed frame screens. Let's do knowledge and fixed frame screens. A guy was talking about, I told you I've done more fixed frame screens than most people have done on YouTube. Styrofoam, done that one too. 235.1, so I'm going to put that on too. Fixed frame projector screens. This is going to bring up a lot of them. We have a certain fellow who wants to school me on fixed frame screens, so I don't know anything. When I told you that you had to remove the bar out of these because you'll mess your screen up, you'll get something called, leave the bar in and pad it, because this will basically cause you to have that that imprint. These are custom built frames that I've designed, and these are my fixed frame screens I've done. These are all fixed frames. The ones I built, ones that I bought. This is a 150-inch fixed frame screen that I bought for a house, from one of the houses, at 150 inches. So when I get people who sit there and try to school me on basically building a fixed frame screen, I built so many of these, it's not even funny. I literally have people that would try to school me and try to tell me at the end of the day that about fixed frame screens. No, I know more about fixed frame screens than they do, because I've actually built these things. I have basically gone out and bought tons of fixed frame screens, so I built enough of them to know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a custom built screen for 200-inch screen I was building. This was in one of the other places I was at. Edgeless. This is also too from Elite Screens. This is one of their edgeless screens right here. Look how beautiful that screen is. That's edgeless. Fully lit environment. Optima GT, I think 55 or 56. I'm not sure which one it was on that one. What else? These are all fixed frames, fixed frames, fixed frames, fixed frames, fixed frames. They're all fixed frame screens we painted. How to paint in a fixed frame screen, how to custom build your own fixed frame screens. Been there, done that. Let's go over to fixed frame screens. Let's go to motorized. There's only motorized projection screens we've done. I think it says it right there, right? Motorized projection screen. These are all the motorized projection screens I've done. These are all motorized screens. Yeah, right back at you, buddy. You can't be in here because I'm actually doing some work. You can't be in here. You want to lay in the chair, you want to occupy the chair, you want to take the chair, but you can't do that. I'm using it. That's my cat arguing over the chair. He wants a chair. It's got enough areas in here to lay at. These are all our motorized screens. So this is the experience level that we had on motorized screens, fixed frame screens. Right now, our archives that we have on our Black Series page is just a small smidgen of amount of how many screens we have done. We just have not all of them on there. There's no way where we can put that many videos onto the site without the site having some issues. But these are some of the motorized screens we've done. I can put a section for tension screens. It'll pull up. Let's do projection screens. Let's do 235.1. 2.35.1. These are all the 235.1 screens I've done. This is also too, I talk about how the ViewSonic has a hidden secret of 235.1 aspect ratio capabilities. So we know about all that because again, we've done these demonstrations so many times it's not even funny. This is my custom built 150-inch screen. I built this screen. 150-inch customized with built-in speakers. So that shows you, like I said, at the end of the day, on just how much testing, developing that we have done, and the reason why I'm coming to the final decision of we don't need to make any more screen paints. We're done. We've done all this testing. And this is the reason why I always request from people, people who talk a lot of trash at the end of the day about how they do testing or whatever, or where your tests, because I don't see any of these tests at all, period. This is what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for basically for trying to find any demonstrations, I'm looking for something, and we can't find anything, which means they don't have any proper testing. That stuff right now that's on the market is not tested. You can go into my YouTube channel, you can go to my archives, look in there, dig around, see how much stuff that we have tested. No one else has done any testing at all, period. And that's why we can make the decision that we're not going to be making any new screen paints, because the dedicated black cinemax is actually an amazing technology on all the stuff we've done down through time. It has that kind of weight where it has the ability to be able to do all this. This is why when I get people make a comment and say, hey, what about fixed frame? We've done all this stuff already. We've done it. We've done it. We've been there and done it. You're more than welcome to go to my YouTube channel, and you can go right through my archives right here. See that search right up here? There's a search right up there, and you can type in whatever you want in there and it'll come up. Here's a good one right here. Look at this one. Direct sunlight. How many screens can do this? Well, we can do it. We've done it already. So I can go right to my page, and you can go right in here. If you want to search anything up on any of my videos, you can go right in here and you can find all tons of information on all our tests compared to everybody else on what they have done. There you go. We're the only ones who can do that. This is a demonstration showing our products taken on direct sunlight. This is all the testing we've done on direct sunlight applications, on getting screens to be able to have energy generate through them and to produce images. No one on YouTube has these tests because they can't handle direct sunlight because their screens will wash out. But we got it. We have it right here. No one can do that. That shows you the experience level on where our technology is at. Now, being to have a technology that can absorb direct sunlight, that means that the next stage is to start working on physical projection screens. And that's what we're working on for 2024. We're going to have a physical projection screen with the Sun Killer technology and the Element 77. And that's where we're going to be basically doing demonstrations versus TVs. There is just no point in us doing demonstrations versus gunmetal technology or white screens and gray screens. It's just, it's not even in our world anymore. Right now, the only competition that we can get at the end of the day is a TV. So that's what we're going to be designing our technology for, physical TVs. But no one can do that at the end of the day. Type in direct sunlight. They don't have the demonstrations, they don't have the tests, they don't have the physical videos to do it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Gotta go. Thank you all and God bless.